Today we're going to change the spark plugs in this, which means we got to pull out these windshield wipers. So let's see what that's going to take. Ooh. Got to pull that off. Pull these two off. Oh, that's not what that is. That's the brake fluid. The first step is a 14 millimeter for the windshield wipers. Now, this thing I just pulled and it popped right off. Now, something tells me that this is going to be hard to realign, but we'll find out. This one wasn't coming off, so I put the nut back on it and I gave it a couple of taps while pulling on, and it came up. The first thing I did was I pulled this up. There was a tab in here and it popped down there, so now I have to find it. But there's a little tab here and there's a bunch of little tabs right here, and they look like they just sort of pop out with your finger. And that's loosening the whole thing up. There's another one of those tabs right here. This time I'm not going to lose it. It feels like this whole thing is going to pull out. We're having a little interference down there. Oh, there. Anyhow, that just came right off. I just pulled it up and it came out. I didn't have to take off the ends. Let's look in here. It looks like there's a bunch of these 10 millimeters. And we're going to take all those out. And that should get us. We'll probably disconnect this while we're here. Okay, so from what I can see, you got to take off the windshield wiper thing. So we got to take off that. And then all this will come out. Once you get out all these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws and remove the power, you just gotta get it off that one little thing in the back. Okay, windshield wipers are out. Now we just gotta get the rest of this thing out. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3. Well, we probably just take this one off and it'll be fine. Okay, there's one I didn't see that was right here. And now it just lifts right out. And there are those spark plugs right there. Nice and easy. Okay, so we can pull this little cover off next. And now you can see the spark plugs right there. We're gonna take those 10 millimeters off on the coil packs, and that should do it. Next, you're gonna wanna loosen the 10 millimeter screw here for the coil packs. You can do them one at a time. The coil packs come out really easy. You just pull it and there it is. We're gonna gap these to 0.043, so the left side of the top goes to the third one in. Okay, before you start, you gotta make sure that you have either a 14 deep or a 9/16 spark plug wrench, because these are little tiny spark plugs. You're gonna use a 14 millimeter deep or a 9/16 spark plug socket to get this out. If you don't have one, you should start with that. Have that in stock. It's a pain to do when you don't have the right tool. I'm not sure, but these might be the originals. They don't look terrible. They're gapped still correctly, but we're at 120,000 miles, so. Well, if you have to, you can make do with a magnet. You just stick a magnet down in the hole and it pulls that out. But getting it in is a little more tricky. Once you finished all 4, make sure you tighten these top guys. And then, don't forget to plug them in. I gave the tray a quick wipe out, but now we just line up the holes, and we'll put in all the 10s that we can right now, and then add the windshield wiper mechanism. Okay, when putting in the windshield wipers, you look back there and you slide that into place, and then you line up all these holes, put the screws in. Okay, then you gotta put this back on. So just push that back where it was and this back where it was, and this back where it was, and that back where it is, and plug that in. Okay, that slips into place real easy. I lost that one clip, so I'll have to get a new one. We'll leave a link to those because the other one's rotten too. I think you should mark your wipers. That would have been a smart idea. But I'm following the line that's on the windshield. I kind of just pushed these on and left like about an inch in between those. It looks like that's where it was. Let's look. Don't forget the little cap. There we go. So that whole job took about, I'd say, an hour and a half. Let's check the windshield wipers. Let's see what they look like over here. I think that they look good. And that's another job well done. See you next time.